Good morning, everyone. It is January the 9th, 2026. The next video I'm going to put up with you is an interesting one. It's come out from Vancouver, British Columbia, on a drugstore closing down close to the east side where all the drug epidemic is really hitting Vancouver. And I find it interesting because for all the reasons on this video why they had to shut their drugstore down, this particular one in that area after something like 16 years, I believe, it was reminded me of the fact that even in our area, with all our homeless and the drug abuse and the addictions and everything here, we also had a drugstore closed down a couple of years ago for the very same reasons as well. And that's why we were advocating desperately hard to have the police hub put in Rideau Street here as well, in the Rideau Center, and lobbying for more protection. And they explain in this video, yes, they've been putting more policing in, they've been putting in security guards, they've been putting in this, they've been putting in that, and yet this drugstore is unable to remain open because of all the theft. Where the people just came in and started taking things off the shelf, and this is what I was told about when that particular drugstore in our area shut down too, is that the homeless were just coming in, taking things off the shelves, and there was just no way of stopping them, literally. And this is what's been happening, of course, to all our businesses down here as well. To be fair, everybody has the same problem, and they're still having the same problem down here. So, and then you see the gentleman in the film on this one with the drugstore, where he's just going along throwing bricks or rocks or whatever and throwing them and smashing windows. Well, this is another thing that they just love to do. Every time you go walk around, sometimes you see a window smashed. And then you see one of the counselor in British Columbia there in Vancouver for the area saying, well, we have to have compassion, but they're out of control, these people, and they're no longer able to advocate for themselves. So we've got to come up with a much better solution where we're going to have to somehow come to some kind of an agreement. What do we do with these people who are unable to even help themselves anymore? What do we do with these people when we do get the housing in place for those that can get away from the drugs, can help themselves, which will be great, but we're going to have that part of the population that still has to be, the situation has to be remedied somehow. So I can see there's going to be a lot more interesting conversations coming up this year as well. Things are certainly getting out of control in the States, unfortunately. I feel very badly too about that poor woman who was murdered outright in Minneapolis there a couple of days ago as well. And everyone said she was just simply dropping her kids off at school, and she turned down the wrong street and didn't realize that all the ICE agents were literally there, and she was trying to get out of the way. And it's quite clear from what the pictures are saying. So there's a lot of problems in the world today, and I don't know where that's going to end, if there's going to be any justice or what's going to happen there. And it's just, we're going to, as my parents used to say, when you're living life, sometimes the best thing to do, and the only thing you can do actually, is just live each day by day and try and look out for your neighbor and for each other the best you can. And like I said, we're working on problems. I mean, I can see it on the ground, very much so, where things are starting to improve some, but it's going to take a while. We really, and as I said, I don't know what's going to happen in 2026. It may, from what I'm seeing, it could get a lot worse before it gets better. But my wish still is that by the end of 2026, that was my New Year's wish, that things are, and hopefully will be better by the end of 2026. So everyone, take care, be safe, watch your surroundings, and we'll talk again soon. And bye-bye.